Yes.
Almost every day for the past 2 weeks, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum has had to answer variants on the same question.
El presidente de Estados Unidos, Donald Trump.
Will she let US forces into Mexico? It started when President Trump signed an order directing the US military to target cartels.
No.
Not here, said Sheinbaum.
The United States is not going to come to Mexico with the military. We cooperate, we collaborate, but there will be no invasion. That is out of the question, absolutely out of the question.
She might have thought her point was made, but then, just over a week later, the US Drug Enforcement Agency, the DEA, said it was launching a cross-border operation with Mexican investigators. But Sheinbaum said her government hadn't been told.
La DEA emite el comunicado.
The DEA puts out the statement. We don't know what it's based on. We haven't reached any agreement with the DEA.
It's an uptick in tension, but the Trump administration has been pressing Mexico for some time to stop the flow of illegal drugs to the US and offering to send troops to do that.
If Mexico wanted help with the cartels, we would be honored to go in and do it. I told her that. I would be honored to go in and do it.
But Sheinbaum's always rejected that and said Mexico's already handling the problem. Operations against cartels have risen, and fentanyl seizures at the border have dropped by more than 50% in the last year. Mexico's also sent more than 50 suspected cartel members to the US, 26 of them this month. The Mexican government might have thought that with all that, it had done enough to avoid the US looking to operate south of the border. Perhaps not. And now this has become a political test for President Sheinbaum. How much can she resist? A lot of Mexicans are extremely prickly about United States involvement in their country. You have to remember that it was less than 200 years ago that the US invaded and then took more than half of their land. And there have been more recent cases of unwelcome interference. And while some Mexicans would want to see the US take more of a direct role in combating the cartels here, more would disapprove of it. Sheinbaum has meanwhile been clear that Mexico's already collaborating with the US in stopping drugs. She said the two countries have also drafted a new security agreement to be signed imminently. The problem is that, right now, President Trump may want more than Mexico is willing to offer. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Mexico City.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.